Hey y'all, good morning. I am really wanted to hop on here. I'll give it a second or so for people to join. Oh, I'm trying to get my camera straight because I wanted to have coffee this morning. But I wanted just to hop on here really quickly and just share a little bit. Hopefully I won't take too much of your time this morning, but share a little bit about something that's been on my heart, and then invite you all to join me, for those of you in Middle Tennessee, for a really special opportunity this coming week. So I'm going to dive right in. I know some of you may have seen my posts while I was traveling for work last week, but if you didn't, I had the privilege of being in the room with so many incredible advocates and partners in the fight for fair treatment of workers and immigrants. Alongside them were senators and members of Congress who came to listen, engage, and just really, state their solidarity with the community. And it was just so encouraging to be in that room and hear all of the efforts that are going into improving the quality of life for workers and immigrants in this country. And it was especially encouraging because the work of solidarity can feel isolating, as crazy as that may sound, and overwhelming at times, especially in the current landscape. It seems like every single day we take one step forward and two steps back when it comes to civil rights, human dignity, and worker protections. But what inspired me most is that what inspires me every day is that despite the challenges, our immigrant neighbors continue to show up and serve every single day, even when they're doing so in a country that doesn't necessarily respect them for their service in the way that we should. That's why I have been reflecting on the 5 S's of daily solidarity, the things that we can do every single day to stand in solidarity with those that are coming from different backgrounds than us. And so I'm going to share those 5 S's with you. I did put them in a post if you'd rather read through that. But I wanted to share those with you today. First is, and the 5, I'll just run through them really quickly for you, is see, smile, sit with, share, and speak kindly. And so I'm going to spend a couple of minutes just sharing about those 5 S's. And then I want to share a little bit about an opportunity that we all have here in Middle Tennessee to stand in solidarity with our community. And so I'm going to put, I said I was going to drink my coffee, but here we are, right? So see, that's to really notice people and their contributions. It's easy sometimes to get so busy in our own lives, in our own world, that we don't stop to realize the everyday contributions that someone else is making that make our lives better. And just acknowledging, recognizing, and verbally expressing gratitude for those things makes a really, really big difference for so many people. I'm checking my connection here. It's giving me, it says I'm fine. Okay, cool. Next, it's a smile, right? It sounds simple. And often that simple expressions can be a way that we can offer dignity to other people. So I use the word smile because it, goes with the 5 S's. But it can be a smile. It can be a verbal acknowledgement. It can be any effort that you're making to offer welcome and dignity. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Sometimes we think, I have to do something big. But in my experience working with immigrants and even foreign exchange students, it's been those little things that make the most impact. It's not whether I made an elaborate meal to honor their culture. It's the fact that I went through the effort of learning how to say hello in their language that made the most impact for them and made them feel like you are seen and you are safe. Another thing that I think a lot of us struggle with, especially in these days, to sit with. Be present, listen, and do that without rushing to fix something or center ourselves. I think there's a misconception about empathy that goes around, that empathy is walking a mile in somebody else's shoes and kind of like imagining what that would be like. I think it's much, much simpler than that. I think that it is as simple as believing somebody when they tell you what their experience has been like. A lot of times we think, well, if I was in that situation, I would do this or that or the other thing differently. But we ourselves are not in that situation. So when somebody tells you this is what I've done with the resources I have and this is what my life is like, sitting with them means you're being present to listen and to make room for their story. and believe them when they tell you what it's like to walk through this world as a brown person, as an immigrant, as a Black person in America. It's not saying, oh, geez, if I was you, I would do this, that, and the other. Oh, geez, I can't imagine what it would be like to walk in your shoes. It's saying, when you tell me, I will believe you and I will make room for your story. Share. Whether it's knowledge, encouragement, food, even generosity creates connection. And being willing to open and make room for others and share makes more of a difference and an impact than a lot of other things that we could be doing. And lastly, the last S of my 5 S's, to speak kindly. Use words that honor dignity in our communications, in the way that we speak to each other, in the way that we post. Sometimes we are so consumed, again, with our own, of what we're going through, that we forget that other people have their own trials and struggles too. And speaking kindly can go a lot further than just using our platform for our own good or to make our own point. These aren't really dramatic, right? Like I told you, this is daily solidarity. It's not a big deal. It's not huge. But when we practice these things consistently, we create a culture of solidarity. And it reminds us that it's not just about those big things. It's about the way that we live and work together every single day. And in that spirit, I actually, before I dive into that, I want to share this quote from Emma Lazarus. Emma Lazarus is the woman whose words are actually she's a poet whose words are on the Statue of Liberty. I've actually quoted her before in other posts in the past. You can scroll through to find those. But she wrote back in 1883, and it actually became a word that was coined for the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Until we all are free, none of us are free. And that is a truth that still resonates today. So again, when we talk about centering other people's stories instead of our own, maybe you're not an immigrant. I'm not. I actually come from a Puerto Rican family. But when I think about the fact that if I was born one island over, I wouldn't have U.S. citizenship, that puts me in a position to think about the fact that none of us are really free until all of us are. So if one part of our community, the beautiful, diverse community that makes up America, is under attack, all of us are under attack. Our freedoms are under attack for every single person, not just for that particular group. And in that spirit, I wanted to take a chance to invite those of you who are in Middle Tennessee to come out and join me for an event that's happening next week right here in Nashville. So I have had the honor of helping to organize the Tennessee Night of Welcome with 2 amazing organizations, and that is We Choose Welcome and Women Building Peace. They are incredible organizations. They are Christian organizations, but these events are not just for Christians. They are for people of all different faith backgrounds, people of all different backgrounds in general, who are looking to create a world where we're welcoming people in instead of kicking people out. It's not about politics. It's about human dignity. It's about the values that bring us together. It's about looking at what we have in common and celebrating that and standing alongside our immigrant and refugee neighbors and saying, you are welcome here. That event is happening next Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 at Otter Creek Church and I'm reading over here because I want to make sure I give you the location right. Otter Creek Church, which is in their West End campus in Nashville. I will go ahead and post a link in the comments so that you can register. Registration is required. But like I said, it's not about politics. It's about human dignity. It's about seeing your neighbor as your neighbor and understanding that like we all are contributing to the beautiful tapestry of America. And part of the beautiful piece is that it's America. When I was growing up, we always learned about it as a melting pot, right? We all have different backgrounds and unique things that we bring to the table. And it is our differences that we have in common, as crazy as that may sound. So if you are in the Nashville area, I would like to invite you to come and join me. There's going to be opportunities to learn about our immigrant brothers and sisters, to take action. There's simple things that we can all do. We can learn about how we can take action, to share a meal from an immigrant-owned businesses, because this these organizations have specifically chosen to provide food and put their money where their mouth is, and buy from immigrant-based businesses throughout Nashville. So you'll have the opportunity to learn about some, and then also you can go and continue supporting those businesses. But I'd really love for you to come out. This is an opportunity for us to support those things and then stand in solidarity with our refugee and immigrant brothers and sisters, because again, none of us are free until all of us are free. And so everything that we can do to help somebody, in those 5 simple ways I talked about, to see them, to recognize them, to smile, to sit with them, be present and center their stories instead of trying to center our own, to share with each other, and to speak kindly. All of those things are things that we can put into practice next Tuesday on the 30th. And if you have an opportunity to join me, I would be honored if you would do that. It is, like I said, September 30th from 6 to 8. There is an ongoing event that will come from that. So they're actually going to do quilting for the Constitution as part of that, which will go through until 6 a.m. the next morning. But I will not be staying for that. I'll be there from 6 to 8. And if you do decide to come, go ahead and register. I'll put I'll drop the link in the comments below, so you can go ahead and I'll pin it. But if you do come, please shoot me a message or let me know you're there, because I'd really love to welcome you and thank you for attending. Again, it's Tuesday, September 30th, Otter Creek Church of Christ in their West End campus. And that's in conjunction and community with Women Building Peace and We Choose Welcome, which are 2 really amazing organizations that are helping people like you and me, people that maybe we don't know what to do to make it better, find realistic ways that we can just dive in and support our community. So I hope that you will choose to stand in solidarity with me and with our community next Tuesday. I see one of my friends on here, Otter, who's actually, she works for an international exchange program, and I know she's going to be there supporting the event and also sharing about ways that you can support people from other countries as they're coming here for education. So these are really amazing. This is just one of many opportunities that you'll have to learn about the people that come here to stand with us. So thank you so much. I do hope that you will choose to join me next week. Like I said, I'll drop the link in the comments. And if this has encouraged you, or if you know somebody in Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Brentwood, Franklin, that, this might really be up their alley and they might really enjoy participating, I would say, go ahead and share this. I'll leave this video public. Go ahead and share this. And you can actually go over to my page as well, and there's a post with more information there. If you'd rather just kind of share an image with them, that's totally fine too. But if you have any questions, or you are part of an organization that would like to be represented there too, I can also help with that. It's been an honor to work with these 2 organizations and help in whatever little way I can, to make sure that those who come here as refugees, as immigrants, and just as human beings from other countries can feel that we're standing in solidarity with them. So I hope that's been an encouragement to you, this little piece and learning about how you can take action in solidarity. And then if you're in Middle Tennessee, please, please, please come and join us. And then if you're not in Middle Tennessee, Women Building Peace and We Choose Welcome are continuing to do events like this. This is the first, kind of like the kickoff, but they'll be doing this all across the country. So make sure you're following We Choose Welcome, so that you can learn about events like this happening in your area. All right, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will let you go. Take care.